within this program. Okay. So that's my main focus. That's you can go over to Your Infinite Direction on IG. I also have a website, www.yourinfinitedirection.com. Sign up for the upcoming information session. That's going to be January 6th. That is a Saturday. Okay. And we're going to go over the details, the mission, the vision, and the goals of the program. We're going to talk about the content, and we're going to talk about how I can help you. Okay. If you are a business owner, such as if you have a mentorship program, something where you're going into the schools and you're looking for content, you're looking for career content to teach to your youth, I am your girl. Okay, I have it. It's already put together. I have some proposals. So if you are looking to collaborate to service the youth, I Jones at yourinfinitedirection.com. I ain't gonna say that too many more times. Oh, yes, I am. Jones at yourinfinitedirection.com. Okay, okay. I also do a couple of more things. Of course, social media. I do podcasts. I interview guests. I also have my personal development tools, such as my personal transformation workbook. And honestly, all of those are elements within the program as well when we're talking about decision making and everything like that. So, um, Jones at yourinfinitedirection.com. Okay, I'm being silly this morning. I'm in such a great mood. I'm in such a great mood. But okay, so the reason that I am kind of out today, I do not have an interview for you guys. What I do have is I came across this article, okay, on Google. And I hate these pop-ups because it kind of interferes with my visibility and being able to read the full article without messing up because it's a distraction. But I came across this article and I thought it was pretty cool. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else before I get into the content of today. If there any more updates? Oh, yes. Okay. Inventory. I have a few more because I do have my daily dose of inspiration decks and my career affirmations decks and my matters of the heart decks. Those are the three personal development tools that I have. I have some decks left over. I wasn't thinking about doing like the Black Friday or anything like that because I'm really trying to focus on some other things, but I do have some inventory. So I'm going to post that up on my personal page, which is C_Jones. Or you can just email me again, Jones at yourinfinitedirection.com. And I can send it out for you. You can send over your payment and I'll send it out for you first thing in the morning if you're interested. Okay. So that's it. Let's get into it today. If I have time, I want to touch on because I've been reading Battlefield of the Mind, and I want to touch on that as well. If I have time, if not, it'll be a separate video. So let's get into it. This is the name of this article is Must Know Harsh Realities of Life Before It's Too Late. 19 Essential Truths. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Must know harsh realities of life before it's too late. 19 essential truths. This article came out November 23rd, 2023 by Jon Dulin, and it's from unfinishedsuccess.com. And I'll put the link in the chat, of course. I'm sorry, why do I keep saying chat? In the description, you can go and read it for yourself, okay? And let me give a disclosure because it's here. This post may contain affiliate links. Please see my disclosures for more information. So that's probably why all the pop-ups is coming. So if I have to stop, it's because I need to redirect back to the main page. Okay, so let's get into it. Life is a journey of lessons, triumphs, and discoveries. Not all pleasant, some may be painful. Whether it's the harsh reality that life isn't always fair, or if it's or an uncomfortable thought that happiness doesn't last forever, facing our fears and understanding difficult truths can make us stronger in the long run. And I will be inserting my thoughts as we go. The sooner you understand, the better prepared you will be to face reality head on. It's time for 19 essential realities of life that everyone should know before it's too late. From recognizing your morality to understanding that the same struggles are shared by many people despite their different backgrounds. Take these words one step at a time and brace yourself for what lies ahead as I dive into must know harsh realities of life before it's too late. Number one, relationships are a two-way street. Relationships are not one way, it's not a one-way street. It takes two people to make it work. No matter what kind of relationship it is, whether romantic or platonic, it's important to remember that effort needs to be put into the relationship by both people. So even if you put 100% or 100% effort into making things work, it might end because the other person isn't giving their all. Remember that communication, and I was going to say something, my mind was rolling, and I was thinking about communication immediately. But it says, remember that communication is crucial in any relationship, which means both parties must actively participate, meaning both parties must actively show up in the relationship. Okay. And the best relationships are the ones where both people are willing to give, take, and compromise to make things work. Number two, many things you don't like about your life is your fault, which is the reason why I say go out and discover your infinite possibility. It's so many times where we sit and we can point the finger at other people about, and sometimes it do be other people, but then most times you got to look at, okay, what allowed for me to be in that situation? And 9 times out of 10, it's your decision making, which is the reason why decision making is part one of the program. Module one is all about decision making, critical self analysis. Where you are is what's going to draw the experiences, the people, and the places and the things to you to work through your decision making. Okay, so number two, many things you don't like about your life are your fault. All these pop-ups. This is arguably the hardest pill to swallow. We are the reason where we are the reason where we are in life for the most part. The choices we made resulted in our current life. Take a look at what's going on around you. If you are uncomfortable, if you do not like something that is going on within your life, take a step back. It is nothing wrong with redirecting your path and not allowing for people to make you feel guilty about it. If you don't, you have to live it. If you don't like it, if it is causing you pain, if it is causing you health problems, if it is pulling you down, you have to make the choice. It's no one else's responsibility. I'm sorry, I had to throw that out there. Okay, let me go on. The choices we made resulted in our current life. In order to change it, we need to adapt. I don't know what they mean by that. We need to adapt, but I'm just going, maybe that's what I'm saying. Take a step back, make some different choices. If it's causing you pain, if it's causing you hurt, your health, your finances, look at your stability. If it's in jeopardy in any type of way, you get to make the choice. It's your life. We are not put here to experience a life full of pain when we can make different choices. I'm on to number 3. Let me get off my soapbox. There are bad people in the world. Now that's a difficult one, okay? Because we like to think good about people. We have these ideas about celebrities and people that we look at their lives from the outside and we think so highly of these people. And when we hear stories about whatever it is, and it might be distasteful or whatever the case may be, we tend to be devastated. But you have to remember we are all human. And then there are good and bad people in the world. So we are all a villain in someone's book somewhere. So it's important to focus on ourselves and try to be the best person that we can be, and not so much focus on the outside and what everybody else is doing. Make your life the life that you want to live. Okay, off my soapbox again. Okay, not everyone in this world is out to better themselves or the world. Some people are looking for shortcuts, which often means taking advantage of good people. You need to walk through life with a small amount of skepticism, questioning people's motives. You also need to be smart and protect yourself from harm. While you cannot insulate yourself 100%, people, places, and things, of the time, the more you accept that bad people are out there, the less they can take advantage of you and the better off you'll be. I told you guys, I'm sorry about that, the bumping, about the, people pleasing and stuff like that, evaluating what's important to you. Okay. There are bad people in the world that do take advantage of people. And your self-love and self-care is the number one defense to that. You are your best advocate, and that's not just in health. Life does not hand you things. This is number 4. We all want a good life, but only some want to work for it. From better jobs to better friends and everything in between, most people have to go out and ask for things that they want. More importantly, they must do all the work that comes before you reap the benefits. No matter what your goals may be, remember that it is what you do that's crucial to your success. Number 5, plans get derailed frequently. So be open to life's journey. Another life lesson worth mentioning is that plans can change in a matter of seconds. New developments crop up frequently, requiring you to switch goals and habits instantaneously. However, it doesn't always have to be a bad thing. As one person said, the beautiful thing about plans changing is they can lead you to wondrous places, places you never expected to be, with people you never expected to meet. Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Stop and smell the roses. Take a moment, take a walk once in a while, order some nice food. You deserve it. Basically, stay in the moment. Sometimes we don't understand. We don't have to understand why certain things happen. We might feel like it's derailed us from our life's plans, but be present. We're experiencing something for a reason. I think when you think about it in those contexts, it doesn't feel so bad. You're not a failure. It's just something else that's for you And the detour that you took is taking you there. So you have to think about, you have to switch the thought pattern or the mindset behind a change of plans, whether it's a actual, oh, I was going over here, but now I'm gonna go over there, or actually a change in life's plans. Oh. Once things are done, they can't be undone. Hold on, I think I missed what's the oh. Okay, number 6. You can't go back and change the past. Once things are done, they can't be undone. Thinking about what you want to do before you do it is essential to navigating life successfully. As one person stated, some bells can't be unrung, and you have to live with the fallout from your decisions you made for and things that you did when you didn't know this fact. The best thing you can do is be patient and think through your decisions before making them. While this won't guarantee a positive result every time, it will result in fewer regrets down the road. So have a plan for yourself. And if it's anything that comes up that is not within that plan, not to say that we won't experience detours, but as far as your decision making is concerned, if there's anything that comes up that is not within that plan, like doing stuff that is outside of what you feel is right, then the answer would be no. Because some bills can't be unwound. Number 7, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. That's a great one. Sometimes we find ourselves gazing longingly at what someone else has, thinking they have it all together and that everything must be perfect for them. What I was just saying about looking at celebrities or people that we, put on a pedestal. But the truth is that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's easier to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others and thinking we're missing out on something, but we often overlook struggles and challenges that may come with those things that we're looking at. It's important to remember that everyone has their own journey and that what works for someone else won't necessarily work for us. Instead of focusing on what we don't have, learn to appreciate what you do and work towards your unique goals and aspirations. The grass may seem greener, but it's just a different shade of green. Okay. Number 8, not all relationships will last. Whether friendships, familial relationships, or familial relationships, I'm sorry, I gotta get my time together. Or even relationships with partners, not everyone will connect with with let me read it again. Not everyone we connect with will be in our lives forever. Sometimes there's a falling out, other times there's simply a rift that grows with space and time. No matter what it takes, take lessons from those relationships and apply them to your future ones to develop more successful bonds with others. Okay, take those as people are part of our lessons. Take those lessons that you learned, apply them to your new relationships, your new situations, or whatever the case may be for your life. Okay, number 9, good things happen to bad people. Some people like to adhere to a karmic, lawful view of the world where everything looks out for the better, or everything works out for the better, excuse me. However, this isn't always the case. Sometimes objectively bad people or people we perceive as bad win regardless. As one person said, bad people win frequently. Some people in leadership positions are not good leaders. Some who are not in leadership are good leaders. People will take advantage of your hard work. Many people will get where they are because of nepotism. So, what do? You always work hard at doing the right thing and know that sometimes bad things will happen. Okay, number 10, bad things can happen as a result of your actions. Taking responsibility isn't everyone's cup of tea. For those who are followed by misfortune, it is worth looking inward and asking yourself some serious questions. One tough pill to swallow is that bad things sometimes happen to us because we've done something to prompt these consequences. Everything has consequences, whether good or bad. Take some time to ask yourself what you're doing and whether or not what is happening to you might be related to your earlier choices. Number 11, you won't always get closure. Ooh. And that's another lesson that I think is really closely related to relationships. So let's see what they say about that. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Life is full of uncertainties, and whether we like it or not, we won't always get closure for every situation. It's tough to accept that the resolution we crave may not come despite our best efforts. The reality is that people might not always have the desire or ability to offer closure, even when it seems like a simple request. And I will say this, um, about grief. Grief is not just grieving people who have passed on. It's also grieving people who are still here and you no longer have a relationship or a close relationship with, and you don't understand why, and you want answers, and you know that, and you have to heal. Okay, you have to heal from that, and that's not easy because sometimes you be wanting to and you have to release it because it's taking up space in your heart. I just wanted to, I'll keep it cute. It's frustrating, but we must learn to accept that sometimes we won't get the answers we're looking for. We must remember that closure is not always necessary to move on. Give yourself the gift of closure. And sometimes the answers that we're looking for, we don't need nobody to tell us. It's right there in front of our face. Okay. All right. I'm done. We can still find peace and acceptance within ourselves, even when outside circumstances leave us feeling incomplete. 12, life will never be perfect. Don't spend your life trying to attain the perfect life that you see advertisers trying to sell you. That life is made up of fantasy and not reality. If you go through life trying to be perfect or trying for perfection, you will miss out on many great things that you have in your life now. Having gratitude. Remember to take time and appreciate everything you have in life. There is a good chance, there's a good chance you have it better than most people. So even though your life isn't perfect in your mind, to someone who is struggling, your life could be a dream come true for them. So have gratitude for where you are. Life goes by so fast. Hmm. Life goes by in a blink of an eye. Even if it seems we have a lot of time left, one person responded, I am also nearing 40, excuse me. And I just lost my mom to lung cancer earlier this month. I thought I would have more time to call more often. I thought I would have more time to see her during her period before cancer got too bad. A few years ago, excuse me, even a few years ago, she seemed fine. Slowly, health issues increased. Then the cancer, then she was gone. Oh, okay. My point is, you could have 15 more years. You could have less than a year. It was a little confusing, but you can read it for yourself. 14, you can only control yourself and your actions. You cannot control other people. It's a tough pill to swallow, but the truth is that we can only control ourselves and our actions in life. As much as we may want to take charge of someone else's decisions or change the outcome of a decision we're in, we don't have the power to do that. It can sometimes be frustrating and overwhelming, especially when we feel like we're at the mercy of outside forces. That's true. However, it's important to remember that we have control over how we respond in those situations. We can choose to let them defeat us, or we can choose to rise above them and make the best of what we can control. The key is to focus on well, the key is to focus on what's in our power, excuse me, and find ways to make the most of it. That way, if the life even if life throws us a curveball, excuse me, we can maintain our sense of agency and keep moving forward. Bad days will happen. Number 15. As hard as it is to admit, we will have bad days in life. Everything might be smooth sailing, and then unexpectedly, we encounter a terrible day that throws us into a tailspin. One of those tough days, on those tough days, it's important to remember they won't last forever. Acknowledge your feelings and give yourself permission to feel them. Talk to a friend, do a hobby, or treat yourself to something you love. Sometimes stepping back and refocusing our energy can make a world of difference. 16, even if something is not your fault, it may still be your responsibility. It's like, I don't know. Let's see what they say. Whew, sometimes life deals us a hand that we have no control over. However, we do have a choice about what we do with it. One example of this is mental health. If you have an addiction disorder or a mood disorder like depression, it's not your fault. However, it is your responsibility to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to take care of yourself and prevent anyone from dealing with the harmful impacts that symptoms may present. Yeah. So that goes into self-care. Okay. Um, when I recently, and I need to be quick, but I recently completed a certificate course on identifying mental health, the symptoms of mental health. And one of those things is assessing your environment, okay? And paying attention to symptoms and things that can be persistent behaviors and stuff like that need to be addressed because they can have an impact on other people. And part of that is being self-aware. If you're in being aware of how you're feeling, getting in touch with yourself, because if you're withdrawing or if you're violent and drinking and all of those type of things where your behavior can have an impact on other people around you, then it's your responsibility to seek help. Care for yourself first. Okay. Be your own best advocate. 17, those closest to you will pass away. Passing away is part of life. Some go young, some go old. You never know when it will happen. So it is essential you make the most of every day that you have with those closest to you. Again, being in presence. Number 18, kindness isn't always returned. In life, it's easy to expect that our kind actions will be reciprocated. Unfortunately, this isn't always the case. It is important to keep in mind that no matter how generous or how giving we may be, there are those who willingly or simply, won't return what we give to them. And that goes with the people pleasing and knowing when to pull back and not take things personal. And that's a hard one. 19, fairness is rarely considered. No matter how hard we may try to be fair and just, chances are there will always be someone who disagrees with our decisions. As difficult as it can be, It's important to accept that fairness is often relative. What one person considers to be the right thing isn't necessarily considered the same way by someone else. Okay. And so self-improvement can be overwhelming, but it is possible with the right tips to get you started. But it's possible with the right tips to get you started. Okay. With self-awareness. Okay. So this was 19 harsh realities to learn before it's too late. And I thought that was really awesome because a lot of times we look for ourselves and other people in the world, and it's just not reality, which is the reason why focus on your dreams, focus on your desires, okay? Because you can't get it anywhere else. It's going to come from you. The people win the lottery, one in a million, okay? But if they didn't never take the initiative to go into that store and take that chance, take that risk, buy that ticket, they would never hit. Imagine how many people sit and wait for their best friend or their boyfriend or whoever else to lead their hand and to do something. And a lot of times people's agendas don't be the same. So you're gonna put your life on hold, your dreams, your aspirations, not knowing any of these 19 harsh realities. That's why I say go out and discover your infinite potentials, your infinite possibilities. Live your life, stay present in the moment. You know, of course, you make good decisions, especially, when how you treat people and being aware of, you know, how you treat people. But don't wait. Don't wait. Les Brown, he has a quote, and I'm paraphrasing here when he says that the graveyard is full of dreams with people who never went out to pursue them. And I'm paraphrasing. And I'm saying, why? Why let your dreams die with you? Only you can do one thing today that'll move you forward. So that's going to be the end of today's episode of the Must Know Harsh Realities Before Life is Too Late. In Life Before It's Too Late, and 19 Essential Truths. I'm going to put the link in the description. You can read it for yourself. But go out. Don't wait until it's too late. With that, I'm out of here. Everybody take care and have a wonderful day. Oh, let me say again, information session for the Infinite Dreamers program will be held January 6th, 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. You can go to my website, www.yourinfinitedirection.com, to register on Eventbrite. Okay, so with that, everybody have a wonderful day. Take care.